This is where we left in the previous video by implementing the loading and also clearing of filters as well. In this video, we are going to implement the pagination, and we have the foundation already. So let's get into the post component, which is this post list. And we have one more handler to create, and that is the handle page change. And for this one, all what we are going to do is that we need to find a way to change the page number, and that is it. By default, it is page number 1. Awesome. So it means that for this handler, we are going to pass in what is called the new page. So here we are going to set the new page as new page, and then we will go ahead and then refresh the post, and that is it. So down here we are going to implement the UI for the pagination. Well, I used this one previously, but let's remove these ones and let's start from scratch. At the moment, let's ignore the styling and let's focus on the main logic. Here I'm gonna have a container as div, and inside we are going to make some condition. In case page is more than 1, then we are going to display the previous button. So here as AND operator, and then GSX here, and inside we are going to bring in button, and we will say previous. Now let's see. Remember, we have the page in our state as page here, which is this, which is page number 1. So when we click on next, we are going to call the handle page change and pass in the new page to change the page number. At the moment, let's see. And if I refresh it, as you can see, we don't have the previous button. So now we have this button. The next one is, let me have some spacing or some room to work with. We are going to show the total page. So here I will say, I'm going to use span here, and I will say the page, and then I'm going to inject the dynamic page as page, and of the data.total pages. Remember, on the response, which is the fetching of all posts, which is this one. If we log the page, that is the data instead, we're gonna have a property called the total pages on the response. Now let's see in the, let me refresh it, and now let's look at the post here, and we have the total pages. So I want to show the total pages. So down here is going to be the, let me bring it as that, and I will say the data.total pages. Now let's see. And as you can see, we have the page and total page is 2. We are on page 1 and total page is 2. So let's continue. What has left is the next button. So we are going to check if we have page, if it is less than the data dot the total pages, then we are going to display next button. So here as button, and we will say next. Let's see. And now we have next page. So let's find a way. When I click on the next, I want to change the page number. So in the next button here, which is this, let me have some spacing here as that. So in the button, I'm going to specify the on click, and here as a function call, and then I'm going to call the handle page change. and you're going to pass in the new page. So here next is going to be the current plus 1. So here as page +1. And then for the previous, it's going to be -1. So in the button for the previous, I'm going to paste that and change this one to -1. And that is it. So let's try out. Let's refresh it. And we have it here. If I click on next, as you can see, I'm on the next page. If I go to previous, I'm on the previous page. Alright, so let's add some styling to it, and definitely I'll provide the template for you. So I'm gonna copy that and then replace with this one. And now I'm gonna have something like this. Awesome. Next, it worked. Previous, it worked.